Hi guys, rachybop here, and today I am reviewing my iPhone 13 Pro. This is probably the phone that I forget the name of the most because there are so many different iPhones and sizes and versions these days that it's getting quite confusing. This is the iPhone 13 Pro. If you haven't seen my unboxing, please do check that out. I got it in the blue, which goes beautifully with this case. It is a really lovely blue and I'm very happy with the colour. Some obvious things about this phone to mention are it's definitely faster than the previous iPhones. I previously had the iPhone XS Max. I did a speed test with it and this was definitely faster. It's definitely better in a lot of areas and it's no worse in any. I would say this was heavier than the XS Max though. I don't know if that's the thing, I will check, but I was quite surprised holding them both and feeling that this one was heavier. It's not overly heavy and it's definitely a really good size because there's not that much in it between this and the Max. And this just fits in my pocket easier, it's easier to hold, that kind of thing. But it's not tiny because I was worried about it being tiny after having such a big screen on the Max version previously. So one thing that majorly distresses me is the notch at the top. So this notch here is completely black. You can see where the screen protector isn't. That is a black piece of screen. I guess it's where the front facing camera is, all that kind of tech stuff, but it really invades the screen sometimes. And the reason I've got Instagram open is Instagram was the first place I noticed it. I would try and be posting something and the buttons were up here under the notch and I couldn't press them. So I think like not all apps and things are prepared for this notch. The iPhone is projecting itself as if that's just part of the screen and it's absolutely not usable. So that notch has been a bit of a problem. Design wise, like I can cope with it looking at it, not too bothered, but when it's imposing where there are buttons to press and things, it can be quite distressing. So really the iPhone now is a camera. The camera is the thing that is evolving, the thing that's ever changing. And I would say if you're not interested in the camera getting better and better and needing that for yourself, then it's probably not a worthy investment. But if you are, the camera on this is so good. Night photos are amazing. It captures all that light. You can get pictures of the stars. You can take low light photos, all of that. It just pulls it all in. I will say you do need a steady hand in some situations. It might be beneficial to purchase a tripod because naturally it does have to capture all that light and that takes time. So the shutter is open for a long time and it can get pretty blurry if you're not careful. But it doesn't always need a great deal of time. Also the ultra wide angle lens is so good. There's so many situations where it just makes the picture really pop. It's super cool. Doesn't always work. When you look at the picture later, it's like really stretched on the bottom and the top, but it just looks really cool. And taking pictures of clouds and people, like whatever you want to do with that like forced perspective is very cool. Whether you're going to use it in portrait or landscape, it's a very cool feature. Also, being able to zoom in a lot and to do macro shots. This has really been something that in a lot of situations previously I've been quite frustrated with the iPhone for taking pictures at night, taking close-up pictures and trying to zoom in on things like animals in the garden, whatever it might be. It's just been such a stress trying to get those pictures and kind of frustrating. This is great for getting all those shots, extreme close-ups, zooming in, it's not grainy, it's beautiful, and for me it's totally worth it for those things. Just brings such a pleasure, like getting any new camera, like going out for a walk or just to use it in any situation that you normally would. You could have like a day out just taking photos with it and it's so much fun, and it then is logged in your brain for, oh, I could take that photo or I could do that thing when we're there, and I just like that creativity it spawns. And it also has the like very cinema-esque feature of changing focus when it's on different people and things and the different depths of the shot. It's so good, but I don't know how many people would need that or use that aren't in that film situation, but I do like that it gives that capability if it's something that does fall into your hands. Definitely try it out. You might find a new hobby, vocation, whatever it may be, but it's so crisp and clear and just works like a dream. It's astounding to watch, and you can change the focus. It's almost just like something really fun to experiment and play with and learn and experience. So it does it very well. Everything it says it does very well. In terms of the looks, one last thing is the camera bumps. Like with big cameras comes big bumps, and these bumps are big. When you have the case off, let me show you, these bumps stick up a lot. And I found that when I didn't have a case on it and you put it down on the table, the thing that takes all that shock and scratch and friction is those lenses. There's nothing around them protecting them. They are there for the smashing, and I didn't like that at all. Luckily, the cases are also have a very protruding piece around the camera, so this completely covers this one. I can't speak for others, but I imagine they're all pretty much the same. This sticks out enough that it totally covers the cameras. It doesn't affect the camera in any way. It's not like casting any light or shadow or affecting the lens, but it's protecting it, which is good because they are so exposed and so vulnerable, and they're what you're paying for, and they're vital. If you've got this iPhone, this is what you've got it for. If you do have one, also pop on a screen protector. This screen protector is one I got from Spigen, and I usually get the JTech ones, which are great, but this Spigen, I don't say it right, was so easy to put on. So if you have trouble putting them on, 100% recommend these. I'll put a link in the description. I'll put a link in the description to these as well if you fancy them. Really enjoying this phone so far. It's great. I've had no problems with it. It's just the notch and the camera's sticking out. But apart from that, it absolutely overperforms. I'm really enjoying using it. Day-to-day use of the regular things on the iPhone are hugely different. It's nice having the most up-to-date one. It's nice knowing how long it's going to last. It's nice knowing that everything's fast and feeling that, but not super telling. The cameras are what sets it apart. Please do let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.